this upper mine adit. The lighting's kind of bad, but this is a curved arch style portal. You can see how it curves around. It's like a half circle, half oval kind of. And there's a mess of timbers up top. Looks like a lot of materials come down from the ceiling and surrounding. But once inside, it's in pretty good shape, so we'll go check it out. We're just inside the portal. You can see this timbered section caps out here, and they were actually expanding some original workings to be modernized, kind of. So you can see that's the old tunnel versus the new tunnel, which is much, much larger. And I just noticed on the ground here, I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. That's a glass Gatorade bottle. Usually you find like Pepsi and Coke products, but you don't often find Gatorade. That's kind of neat. Lemon lime. Alright, so we just made our way over that small little collapse, and we're inside the original workings, the older workings of this mine. So we will continue onwards. Okay, we have a minor junction here, it looks like. That looks like a dead end back there to the right. Yeah, that's for sure a dead end. So we'll continue on to the left. We're making our way down that left-hand passageway, and we've arrived at another junction. Branch to the right and a branch to the left. We'll stick to the right to start. Alright, so it's opened up into this large room. Got a small cutout area there to the left. Looks like a drift running off to the left there. And then another, I guess this would be the right-hand drift continuing this direction. Let's stick with the right trend for now. That's a winze. It says stay out on the side of that board there. And then up above the winze is a little stope that opens up into a much larger stope through that hole. And then we'll be walking this way. See some ore chutes down that direction. Okay, this is a view down the winze, platform to platform, with some really sketchy looking ladders. They're kind of tilted and skewed at weird angles. That only goes down about 40 feet though. And then notice here, this goes down a lot deeper. That is a nasty drop down there into a stope. That's what we call a false floor. I'm going to stick to that side so I don't have to walk on that false floor. Ahead of us is a large wooden ore chute, really impressively timbered. It looks like they might have filled the stopes with waste and then put these retaining walls up. because that ladder probably used to go somewhere and now it doesn't. Chute is clogged. Not surprising. And just working our way through here. There's another chute. And a doorway. More of these backfilled stopes. Another doorway. Let's take a look at this one. The door, yep, still swings open and closed. I don't know if this was an air control door or what, but there's two of them in this little area. There's another very large chute right outside this door. This one's really badly clogged, probably on the verge of collapse. So on the other side of that chute is a large pit going down. That is another stope. That one's not quite as deep as the last one we saw. And then we have a kind of a station area here. Looks like this looks like a storeroom. This says leave lamps, so this is definitely older workings. Back that way is collapse. I'm sure the drift would have continued that way, but it's all come down. There's another view into the stope below us. Don't want to fall down there. And then, interestingly enough, we have daylight coming up there. So they stoped this all the way out to the surface. And beyond that, there's not really much to see. Just goes out to that stope and then the collapse over here. But in this little storage area, you have some hooks there, a workbench, just a tiny little room. And that does it for this drift, so we're going to carefully make our way past that stope there and out through those doors. Alright, so that's down the drift that opens to daylight. So we're back at this little junction. We're going to go down the left-hand drift now. See, here we have a ore chute here. Might be an ore pass down there. And that's gonna do it for us. That's a big collapse there. I know this would have gone further, but there's no way through that. Alright, so we'll go back out. And a while back we passed another junction, so we'll go back to that junction and check it out. That's the area we just explored. If you remember, we have this junction to check out. First thing you notice here is a tree trunk with insulators fastened to it. It's kind of neat. Coming through that area is a collapse to the left. This looks like it actually just came from a chute or something. It's a table, and the drift continues past this collapse that way. Just rounded that corner. Lots of chutes in here. So, got a branch going to the right. Something back here potentially. Yeah. A couple artifacts laying on the floor here. It's a coffee can. Hillsboro, something. Powder. That's from a Hercules powder box. So that tunnel back there I just showed you guys is a dead end. We're in this little room underneath these chutes right now, so we're going to continue to the left here. Deeper into the mine. That's another chute. Another chute. Another chute. That one's marked number 5. Ceiling is timbered here. Look at that, another ore chute. There's a dead end off that way. And looks like we're at another junction. There's a drift running off there and one running off there. Behind me is this big retaining wall holding back a bunch of material. I'm going to go left just because I don't want to climb over those collapses quite yet. Let's continue this way. Another junction. This is more collapse back there. I don't know if I really want to go in that. Looks like a chute caved in and all that material came out of it. If we go to the left though, this tunnel's in great shape. This must be a crosscut tunnel. Whereas the other one was a drift tunnel. I don't see any vein in this tunnel, so this is probably just for haulage. And it parallels the vein, but it's not actually following a vein. Another retaining wall. That's a good 10 feet off the ground. 10 feet high, I should say. And have another junction. Alright, I'm going to stick left, I guess. Boards in there. It's a small chamber. I don't think this goes anywhere, but we'll check. Yeah, it's just a storage area. Continuing onward through this crosscut.